Hey guys, Bowsaw here, and today we're going to be doing a movie review. Today I will be reviewing none other than 2017's The Emoji Movie. Now you may know this title as one of the most ironic memes right now. Well, I'm here to review it. So sit down, relax, eat some popcorn, and enjoy this dope movie review. Yes, The Emoji Movie. The movie critics have been relentlessly talking about since its release on July 28th. It's gotten a 0% on Rotten Tomatoes, and the internet hasn't been showing any mercy on it. So let's see how bad it is. Now, I would just like to say that the last movie they got this much crap was Diary of a Wimpy Kid: The Long Haul. The Long Haul came out on May 18th, 2017, and was also a big, horrible movie that everyone hated. So let's see if the Emoji Movie is worse. Now, keep in mind, this will be a non-spoiler review, but in the movie, it is pretty easy to tell who the villain is. What can be said about the Emoji Movie's plot? It uses every basic animated movie trope that's been done to death for the past decade. It's like Wreck-It Ralph and Toy Story came together and made this abomination of a movie. It's got the what do blank do when you're not looking sort of trope, as well as the technology has a life on its own sort of trope like in Wreck-It Ralph. The Emoji Movie tries it, but fails. It's also more cringy that they're using a fad like emojis as their premise for a feature-length movie. Toy Story used toys for their premise because toys are timeless and we often have fondful memories of playing with them as children. Wreck-It Ralph used video games because video games are timeless and we all remember playing with them as children. Emojis, on the other hand, are fads. They'll probably die out within the next decade. Especially these days, because people use them as jokes. Hardly anyone uses emojis unironically. Speaking of jokes, the ones in this movie are flat out terrible and cringy. The jokes in this film are flat out childish and basic. That could be forgiven since this is a kids movie, but these jokes are far cringier and far cheesier than any jokes I've ever heard in any other kids movie. I would honestly rather hear Amy Schumer tell jokes rather than whatever these writers came up with. The characters are bland as well. First off, you got the misfit protagonist, like in every other animated movie. Then you got the extremely forced love interest, and the comic relief character. I'm pretty sure this character is the only one that genuinely made me laugh, like, once. And those are the characters. Now let's get into some of the things that actually really bugged me in the movie. The first things that bugged me are Jean's parents. Since they are meh emojis, they speak in a monotone voice the entire time. And it got old after like 10 minutes, and then it just got annoying. Now, I've already touched on this next reason, but I'm going to talk about it anyway. And that is that everything in this movie has already been done before, but in this movie, it's somehow worse. It's like the remake of Psycho from the 90s. Everything in it is the same as the original, but again, somehow worse. And the final thing that bugged me is the villain. They didn't even try to cover up the villain's character. I could see the transition a mile away. But again, this is a spoiler-free review, so I'm not going to spoil who the villain is. Now let's talk about some of the things I actually liked in this movie. Now, believe it or not, there were some things I liked. I went into the theater expecting to hate everything, but there were some decent qualities of the film. The first I'm going to be addressing is the animation. The animation in the film is actually made quite well. It's quite smooth and easy on the eye. That just makes it all the more tragic that such amazing animation is wasted on such a horrible movie. Fun fact, instead of this film, there was originally going to be an animated Popeye film. We almost got an animated film about a classic beloved character, but instead we got emojis. Let that sink in. Another thing done surprisingly well is the voice acting. The casting seemed to be done right, no matter how cringy the dialogue is. It's good to hear the right voices for the right characters. Now it's time for the final verdict. The Emoji Movie is a cringy cash grab at the new hip emoji phase. But it's still sort of funny just seeing how bad it is, so I would watch it for the laughs. I would even go as far as to say that the Emoji Movie will be something that will be remembered for years, just seeing how much of a meme it has become. Heck, in 20 years we'll probably all go back and watch this film for crappy laughs and fun. But until that day comes, it's just trash. But it's cringy, ironic trash. I give the Emoji Movie a 4.5 out of 10. I hope you enjoyed this review, and stay tuned next time for when I review The Dark Tower. Subscribe for updates on the latest horror movies, leave a like if you enjoyed, and comment down below what you thought about the Emoji Movie. I recommend you see it ironically like I did. Thank you so much for watching, and have an amazing day. Peace.